So now the third one is a very important one is a DDoS attack. Okay, so distributed of denial of service attack. So the DINE. It's the Internet Performance Management and Web Application Security company, offering the products to monitor, control, and optimize online infrastructure and also domain registration services and email products. It's the best company. Okay, so what happened? In 2016, the DINE cyber attack took place on October 21 and involved multiple distributed denial of services attack, DDoS, targeting system operated by DNS provided by the DINE company. Okay, which caused major internet platform and the services to be unavailable to large business of users in Europe and North America. Okay, so the 100 web services which hosted in this particular company, including Twitter, Payball, and the Box, become inaccessible or very slow as TTL expire. Also, it's affected the Amazon, CNN, and HPO, now New York Times, and the speed test, what we use to do the internet test, and the Twitter and WhatsApp. So that's because things happen on 2016. So why it's happened? Because of this. Let's see. So recursive DNS primarily blocks C2 callbacks and malware and phishing, whereas authoritative DNS primarily blocks DDoS attack and protocol exploits. Okay. So now see what is the difference between authoritative and the recursive DNS. So the domain name, the DNS was created so that you don't have to memorize the IP address, right, for every website you want to visit. In the DNS, there are two components. One is authoritative DNS servers. Another one is a recursive DNS server. So what it will do, this is how it works. So the authoritative DNS servers house the mapping between the domain name and the IP address. This is what was attacker at DYN company in that particular time. So recursive DNS servers are the authoritative servers for the IP address of your domain. Whenever an end user click on the link or type a domain or URL, this is what OpenDNS does. Okay. So if you see this slide, the OpenDNS globally network uses the technology called Smart Cache. We call it as a Smart Cache. So which will return the last known good IP address, whether the authoritative server or unavailable during this DDoS attack. Once the system realized DINE DNS was not available, the service returned the last known good address, which eliminated any end user impact for OpenDNS user. This is how it works. So where's the ABC? So it's showing the valid one, and it is not asked by the OpenDNS. So again, it's going to the TTL. So it's going to the center again. So coming back. So the last one, if the expired, that means last known cache, then there is no answer. Then you will get the actual response from the authoritative DNS. Okay. So this is how it works in the DDoS attack, which happened in 2016. So now everything is moving to the cloud. So what you can do, you can protect yourself for the DNS request. So the OpenDNS or Cisco umbrella is mainly for the HTTP and HTTPS traffic. So it's only the redirection. Okay. So whenever your traffic is going to the internet, okay, it will redirect to the cloud. So it will get monitor and filter and do all kind of policy. So the policy also, you don't need a separate appliance on-premise. So it is in the cloud. You can push the policy. So whenever the request is coming to the cloud, so it will validate the policy. Then it will allow based on the risk level. Okay. So now we can go to the demo. Okay. So I can show the demo, then we'll come to the question and answer. So this one will come later. Okay. I think, okay, can you see the, okay. Is everyone seeing the, can view the, my web page like a Cisco umbrella? Can you type? Is it viewable? Okay, thank you. Okay, so this is the cloud. So I'm using the dashboard cloud demo 1. So where you can see the virtual appliance, active roaming clients, and everything. So here you can see per day how many requests is coming to your, for the DNS request is coming to the cloud. So you can see all the visibility and the granular logs. Okay, so it will give all the reports. So how many malware it's blocked, how many phishing is blocked, how many command and control is blocked. So all the security feature you can see here. So again, this is a demo. So they initiate a lot of traffic. So if you want to purchase separately, then you have to integrate. You have to coordinate with the Cisco sales team. They will give the separate dashboard for your company. So where you can integrate all your network devices, which is facing to the internet, as well as the roaming client. The roaming client is nothing but you can download the connector from here. So you can install the roaming client agent. Let me show the agent. This is the agent. So this agent you have to install in your laptop. So whenever you go outside, that will protect. How? The agent, the connector is downloaded from your account from the dashboard. So it has a script. So whenever this laptop is out of your network, is going to the outside using the public network, the agent is up and it will try to communicate the Cisco umbrella with your company account, because the agent is downloaded from the dashboard which has the company account. So how those are the background scripting what they did for the agent. Okay. So if I install, let us say in my company I have the agent. So if I give this one to my the friend, okay, they want to block everything. The new laptop, which is not part of my corporate, again I can manage from the cloud. So all the traffic will coming to my dashboard. That means my corporate umbrella dashboard. So here you can see, and I can show the policy where you can feel, yes. So this is something like the proxy. So I can see some of the proxy here. See, so this is basically the proxy setting. Yes, if I do the proxy setting, so this is the categories what they have. So they have normally if you work if you have experience in proxy, so they have a high level, low, or moderate risk level based on that customized policy will place. So here also you have the low. So this is the low one. Okay. So some of the thing is selected. If you want to have the moderate, see these are the moderate website is blocked. And if you want to block with high, so everything is blocked. So let us say if I use the moderate and I want to block the chat. So my company, like Facebook, I don't want to use the chat. So you can block it here. So this is how the proxy you can play in the cloud. Okay, this is intelligent proxy. The other one is a security setting. It's nothing but where you have all the option like malware. See, this is the one. So malware. So you want to enable for your web traffic, then you can enable. Then you have the command and control callbacks. This is a very important one which the attacker try to use for the ransomware attack. Okay, so they always use the command and control. Then the phishing attack and the crypto mining is another one. The dynamic DNS. So if you enable all these features, then all your requests is coming to the cloud will check all these kind of security features. So you can play with this kind of policy for the particular user or particular group or particular VLAN based on your requirement. Okay, there are a lot of things you can play, and also, yes, also you can do the destination as the whitelist. So similar like your block list and whitelist. So what are the sites you want to allow? What are the sites you don't want to allow? Everything you can block after the content categories. So some of the sites you want to allow. So you want to give the exclusion. So you can do it here, and you can apply this one to the particular policy. Then some of the application you want to block, you can block. See, let us say here you can see P2P application they blocked here. So this is a example. You want to block, you can block. And this is a page which you can see. You see the default page. This is the one. So whenever you type any malicious website, so you can see the Cisco block page. So this is blocked by the umbrella. Those kind of things you can see. And in terms of reporting, yes. So I can take all the reports. So whoever is going to the who's going to the malware sites and activity search, I can do all kind of analyze. So let us say this is a user 10.18.39.19. So I'll see why this user is blocked. Okay, so which website he went. So all the information. So what time? So October 27. So all the information because. So why this one is blocked? Because of the malware categories. So he went to the malware website. That's the reason it's blocked. So any other sites event is allowed. So those kind of things you can see here. So you can get all the reports. So this will help to analyze your internal networks and make granular fine-tuning and give the better performance to the user for the internet access. Apart from that, you have the identity, yes, the user identity. So what is the total request is coming from the users. Let us say you have HQ, okay, HQ and 2 branch office. You have public IP address. So I will show the public IP address here. So here, this is a public IP address. See, so this is your let us say New York office, which has a public like that. You have the branch 1. You have another public IP. So branch 2. So you can add. There is some limitation, but in terms of license, yes, there is no limitation right now. Okay, it's a package. So you can add multiple sites and with using the public IP. So all your DNS request is coming to the umbrella. So where you can push the policy and play like anything. If you don't want, you can block it. And this is something like your network devices. Like you have each and every network devices also need the DNS, right? Let us say you have a Meraki firewall or Meraki devices. It should need the DNS to reach the Meraki cloud. Or if you have any other firepower or non-Cisco devices which they want to, like a Palo Alto or Checkpoint, any security devices for the latest security threats and patches and updates, they need internet access. Even the ICE need the internet access. So all the devices, you can, instead of giving the giving the ISP DNS IP or Google DNS, better you can give the umbrella DNS for your network devices. So once you given, all the devices will be here and you can monitor. So if anything you want to push, you can push. The same thing, the roaming. This is the roaming computers. That means it's not part of your internal network. It's out of your network. Okay. So when they go home, what is the policy they have, and you can see the voice version, what they are using, and when they think last time, it is 20 minutes. Okay. So is there any other security policy? See, we have a security policy for the roaming user and the internal user. So based on that, you can segregate. The third one, which I would like to highlight, is your Active Directory. So there is one which we discussed in the deployment model. Yes. So this is the one which we discussed, the last virtual appliance. So any your internal networks here, it's coming to your virtual appliance. Okay. The virtual appliance, the umbrella virtual appliance is the DNS for all your internal devices, endpoints. So it's coming to your VA. Can you someone? Okay, thank you. So it's coming to your umbrella VA. So umbrella VA, we are not doing anything on the umbrella VA. So what we are doing, we just mention the IP address of local DNS server in this virtual appliance. That's all. So where we add the domain name, local domain name in the cloud. So this is the one. So this is my virtual appliance name. It's automatically synced. So where you can add all your internal domain like XYZ. So like abc.com. So if I add this one, okay, this will add to your internal domain. So what happens whenever any traffic comes, so this domain entry will go to the VA from the cloud. It has the connection. Then when anyone is trying to access abc.com, it won't go to the cloud. It will directly go to the local DNS server. So this is how it's designed. Okay. And you have there are multiple reports where you can you have top categories. So every day, what is the category? The most request came from the category. You can select here. So this is the one. And you have all the granular reports from this dashboard. Okay. This is so how many active roaming clients I have? So like let us say I install 12 clients in my corporate. Let us say. So now they are out of the corporate, not in the corporate network. They are out of the corporate. So right now they are using internet, but still I can see their view. So you cannot escape. Okay. So everything is monitored, and we can see what they are doing right now. So all the information we can see from the dashboard. this is more related to the endpoint security too. Okay, to avoid unnecessary traffic. The traffic will get injected to the endpoint, and when they come back again, it will get spread to the LAN network. So even your antivirus, the endpoint security is compromised. Okay. So this is how it's working now. So this is all about the lab. So there are a lot of workshop is under this lab. Okay. With that, we'll come to the final one is the question and answer. So I think everyone is familiar with this one right now. Okay. So Umbrella is a authoritative DNS or recursive one. So you can say it is false because it is a recursive resolver, not the authoritative DNS resolver. And this one is very easy to deploy, high scalable, and yes, the managed service provider MSP offering to the Umbrella. Okay. So any question from anyone? If you have, let me know. Any question from anyone? Okay, so there is no question. So with this, we come to the end of this session, and thanks for all of you attending this free webinar. I hope everyone understood the open DNS in current era and technology, right? So to know more on Cisco Umbrella,